Hey guys, it's Mason from Carabed, and today we're going to be talking about numerals. I don't have to look anything over before we start. We can go ahead and hop right in. So, what is a numeral? A numeral is really just a name or a symbol that represents a number. So, for example, the number five and the number 13 written out are both numerals. So, just think of the name and the actual number. That's what a numeral is. And then a digit is the single symbol that helps make up numerals. So all the digits that we need to know are just 0 through 9. You might want to think of 10 as a digit, but 10 is made up of the two digits 1 and 0. And so that's visualized up here on the calculator where we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 listed out. And so those 10 digits are really what's used to make up any and all numbers. As an example, below we have the numeral 580, and it's made up of the three digits 580. So this is a place value chart, and a place value chart is really important just for illustrating and visualizing what these values that we put in our numbers are. So the largest numbers are on the left and they go to the right. So we have the millions place, the hundred thousands place where the two is, the three 10,000s place, four 1,000s place, five is where the hundreds are, six where the tens are, seven where the ones are. This might be a little bit confusing right now, but the main thing that you need to get out of this is when numbers have more digits and the farther they go to the left, the higher the value is. And the highest value you need to know is just at 1 million. They're not going to go higher than that for the test that you're taking, but they might in the future. The number line goes on forever. But for right now, all you need to know is that the seventh digit to the left is the millionth place. And so the lowest place is the farthest digit to the right, and that's the ones in this place. In this case, for this number, is the 7. And so this might be a little bit confusing, but I think we'll be able to clear that up with some practice. And so understanding numbers, understanding what the values mean here. For the number 317, 3 is the hundreds place. There's 1 in the tens place, and 7 in the ones place. But you can also think of this as there's three 100s, there's one 10, and there's seven ones that make up the number 317. So you can add those up and put it on paper. If there were three 100s, if you had one 10, and you had seven number ones added up, you would get the number 317. So what is the value of the highlighted digit in the number 3,684? Well, if you say it out loud, you realize that the answer is the hundreds place. And so we know that there are six hundreds in this digit. So we know that this is also the hundreds place because again, it goes from ones to tens to hundreds to thousands. So again, we can get some extra practice here because not only does saying it and writing out these numerals really help us understand them better, but it can help us figure out problems much more quickly. So in numerical form, we have 53,794. So again, just saying these out is going to make things a lot easier. And so if I was to say, what's in the 10,000s place? Well, we know that this is the ones place. We have the tens place, hundreds place, thousands place, 10,000s place. Again, there's 53,000. So you're hearing 50 and you say, oh, well, there's 53 or there's 50,000. So we know that this is probably the tens of thousands of place. And again, we can say it in words over here with 805,056. So again, 800, okay, well, 805. All right, these are no tens. So we have 805, 56. Again, we're not seeing any hundreds. So if they don't tell us to write anything, we just assume there's a zero there. So 800,000, 805,056. So that's how we know how to write this number. So again, just looking at this place value, we know that the millions, hundred thousands, 10,000s, 1,000s hundreds, tens, ones. It's extremely important to make sure that you don't necessarily have this memorized because it's a lot easier for you to understand. Um, and for you just to be able to call on this and just look at it and be able to picture this in your head. It's going to save you a lot of time on test day. And it's going to make things a lot easier when having to identify what means what in comparison to value places. But now we're going to practice greater than or less than. And so, a really easy way for us to think about what is greater than and what is less than. Um, and so, again, speaking it out sometimes makes it easier. But one thing I want to draw your attention to really quick is at the bottom, there's an alligator with an open mouth. And that alligator mouth is going to be equal to these symbols here, these alligator mouths that you're seeing, right? And so the alligator is always hungry. The crocodile, the caiman, whatever you want to imagine it as, this gator, this crocodile, he always wants to eat the largest number, right? And so we have a question here. What is the largest number? 1 million, okay, or 900,000. And so again, if he wants to eat the largest number, the gator is going to open his mouth to the largest number, which in this case is 1 million. And so we're going to have some extra practice here in a second, but just think about that in the future. He always wants to eat the largest number. And so in this case, we're going to draw and we're going to show what the alligator wants to eat. All right. So we have 65 or 300. Which of these numbers is greater than or less than? So is 65 greater than 300 or is 65 less than 300? 65 is less than 300. The gator, again, he wants to eat the largest number. 300 is that large number. Next, we have 300,000 or 1 million. Which number is larger? Which one does the gator want to eat? In this case, again, 1 million is the larger number. And so again, we have the gator wanting to eat the bigger number. He's really hungry, got to eat the bigger number. In this case, 1 million is 7 places, and 300,000 is only in the 100,000 place, while 1 million is greater than that. So then we have the next number, which is 234,433 versus 21,342. Which one of these is larger? Again, 234,433 versus 21,342. Well, in this case, 200,034 is the largest number. This is the number the gator wants to eat. 433,000, said it so many times now, is what's going to be eaten here instead of the 21,342. So that should be able to help you visualize what they're asking when they're saying, okay, is this number greater than or is it less than this number? What is the gator? They're really asking, what does the gator want to eat? So that's something that's really important to remember as you're going forward. So let's go ahead and clear these off. What is the numeral equivalent to 9,867,543? So I'm not going to read these out. I'm just going to let you look at them. A, B, C, or D. And the answer we have is C. And so again, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to start by writing out the number. So 9 million. All right, well, we know that there's a 9. All right, 9 goes first. 876,000. Okay, 8's the first number. So what's next? All right, so we already know that there's an 8 next. So we can cross out, if it goes 9, 8, we know we can go ahead and cross out B because B does not go 9, 8. 76,000. Okay, so 76 is next. 76,000, okay. So We know that there's going to be hundreds after this, right? So 876, 500. So 5 is next. 500 is the largest number. 43. All right. So at this point, if you had gotten this far, and you can see, if you've written it out, we'll write 43. So this is our number, 9,876,543. Okay, well, let's say you're writing out this number on test day. By the time we get to 9,000,008, we can cross out D as well, because D is 9,768,000. That's not correct. We know that's not correct, because these two should be the first things listed. All right, but then we get to these two and we're like, okay, these two are the closest to what we have so far. And then as soon as we see 500, which is in the hundreds place, again, we see that 4 is in the hundreds place. That's not correct. So we can go ahead and use process of elimination. We can go ahead and cross him out too. So it's extremely important that we can go ahead and use test taking skills, but also use some strategy when writing this out. One of the easiest ways for you to write equations out, or numerals out, and to really just talk them through to yourself, is to say them out, and then if you need to on a test, just write them out. It'll save you a lot of time, but it'll also help you visualize what needs to be in your answer choice. Thank you so much for paying attention today and watching and studying using our PowerPoints. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at carabedproject@gmail.com, or on WhatsApp at +1 404 406 9638, listed on the slide, or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Carabed Project. At Carabed Project. Thank you guys so much for paying attention today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and good luck studying.